For the next step, we are porting the whole code to the Livescript, so you can see how to use the Livescript. It's very easy to use one. Now when you're working in the editor window, you have here the editor selected, and to make a new file you have to change to the Home tab and make a new Livescript. In this case you can also go to New Livescript and get the same result, and when you're in there you can also type that one in the same case, and by hitting Ctrl Enter, this single line is, you get the result out of this single line, and it's easier to read in the Livescript because you have on the right side the answer and on the left side the commands. And for the live editor you have this section in here, and you can choose the run section to only run this one, to run all with this button, and you also can insert a section break. So you're jumping on the end of your command, and by hitting enter you get more rows, but with hitting section break you get a separate section, and you can change this section to text, and then you can type in an info text for this specific part, and then by hitting the section break we get back to a code, because per default you're getting a code line, and you can change it there or back to a code line. So what we've done next is to copy that one in, only to have the things in the same place. We save it in the same folder and give it the name test02, save it, and then we can run all, and we should get a specific answer, so that's okay. We'll make a section break and include in this section the for loop, save it, and we only have to run this specific section, and we can see, okay, we are 2 times in the loop because I have changed this one to 4, because for the example I leave it in the same folder, but as I told to you, please put your measurement files in a separate window, otherwise the directory command makes no sense. Okay, and now we have to open up our measurement files, and therefore I generate a file name. I have one in there because I've tested it, but now I show it to you how it works with the command full file. We can generate a full file, we see it here, and we type it in the with help in the section of the command window to see how it works. Okay, full file, the folder name 1, folder name 2, and the file name. So we can copy that one out and make a comment out of it, so the next time when we're reading this code we have this super informative code help there, and then we have to say, okay, what's the folder name? In our case it's the folder of our upcounting variable I, and pretty easy, it's the folder variable. And then the next variable is the upcounting variable dot name. So this is the specific file name, and then we should get the right file name, and we can look it up by displaying it every time. save it and run it. And then we can see the answer in there. Okay, we get this file name, perfect. Looks like it should be. The first file is this one, the second file is this one. Looks pretty good. And now we can read this data, and we read it in a temporary variable, in this case with the command read matrix. And we only have to include file name, because this function is pretty comfortable. I used this before with the DLM read, but this one is so comfortable that I'm using that one. By only running this single section by holding Control Enter, we get the answer out of that, and we get a temporary variable, which you can see here. And now we can see, okay, that's the header files, and that are the measurement values of the single measurement. And what we also can see is we now only get the last one, because we loop over this loop and override every time this temp variable. But I will show it to you how to change that. We can change it by making also a variable which increased with the counting variable I, and therefore I define a measurement variable, and with the top notation I can say, okay, what is the next variable type with MATLAB make a valid name. It's not that easy anymore, because in the early versions of MATLAB the command genvar name does the trick, but now I have every time to look it up. And I can now define a variable name. I say GAIT _ left, because we're opening up only the measurement files from the left side in this case. And then I say number num to string, yes, that one, number to string. And what we are wanting to make to a string is the upcounting variable I. Yes, that's perfect. And now we have to assign to this variable the temporary variable. So save it, and now we run all. And looking up what happened, okay, we get an struct, and in that struct we get the gate left 3, gate left 4, because the upcounting variable in here starts with 3. We can do that or change that by subtracting 2 from this variable when we are generating this one. So we're saying -2 in this case, and we are running the section and looking up if it works. So measurement, yes, it worked. So the other one, other twos are staying in there. We are deleting it out, and we have gate left 1 and gate left 2 with the measurement data in there.